Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos where I talk a lot about chronic illness and my POTS in particular. Today I'm going to be focusing more on Lorazepam, my journey with it. I haven't made a video about it in quite some time. My last video I was talking to you guys about, dealing with dependence, your body getting dependent on Lorazepam, which is a benzodiazepine, and just the effects of that and kind of where I was at. And today I just kind of wanted to update you. I had hoped by now to obviously be off of the Lorazepam, but things in life don't always go the way that we hope or the way that we think they're going to go. So I have been on, just for a little background, I've been on Lorazepam since December 2019, the same time I became sick with my chronic illness, and I was put on Lorazepam in the ER for the first time. Didn't even really know what it was or what it was going to do, and because of the difficult circumstances that I was enduring at the time, I kept taking it without much without a lot of feedback from my doctor regarding, how to take it or how dangerous it could potentially be. I take that back. My primary doctor did not want me to be on it, but my psychologist was more of the opinion that I kind of needed it to function, so she wasn't putting like a big stamp of, don't take this on it, which I could appreciate both takes and both sides and both opinions of those medical professionals. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling. Been on it for, what would that be, like a year and a half now, and I definitely never thought I would take a benzo. I never thought if I did that I would be on for this long, but I completely appreciate the struggle that people go through when going on and trying to come off of these types of drugs, because they're no joke. And it's not that you are a drug addict. It's not that you are, someone who is abusing the medication, but it's just science. So the way that benzos work is they work on your GABA receptors in your brain and your central nervous system, and your body becomes really easily dependent upon these drugs once you start taking them. For some people, it can happen in as little as, 2 weeks. For other people, they can take it for months without really feeling dependent. It just is case by case, but it's never a good idea to be on these, from what I've been told and the research that I've done, for longer than 6 months. Now, I don't really believe in hard and fast rules when it comes to this. I believe it's highly individualized and highly dependent upon your circumstance. So if you are someone with severe mental illness and severe barriers in, being able to live a normal, quote, functioning life, and you are just, really, really struggling and very sick, you can't put rules on how long someone is going to take a medication if the benefits outweigh the risk. And of course, that's something you would discuss with your doctor, and you guys would decide upon a plan of how much to take and when and for how long. And there's people that have been on benzodiazepines for decades, and that's between them and their doctors, and it's not for us to judge. While we may be of the opinion that we wish people wouldn't take it because we know what it's like, we can't say, hey, you shouldn't be taking this, or you need to get off of this, it's going to ruin your brain. It's really not our place to judge. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my experience with Lorazepam, as I did detail in my previous video, but just to kind of let you know where I'm at, and maybe you can relate to what I'm going through, and maybe it can help you in some way or make you feel less alone. But anyways, like I said, been on it for a year and a half or so, and I'm actually doing pretty well. I haven't increased my dose at all. I am currently taking a quarter in the morning and a quarter at night, so that's half of a milligram per day. And I worked down from a full milligram, because in recent months things have been particularly stressful, going through a lot, not only physically but emotionally and mentally. I know it all culminates from, the pandemic and isolation and pre-existing anxiety and CPTSD disorders. And so it makes life hard, and it makes things very difficult to deal with. Adding on top of that the fact that I have 3 young children, there's a lot of stress, and I've learned to kind of not fault myself when I had to start taking more, or I felt I had to start taking more. And that's the thing. It kind of tricks you into thinking that you need more to function. And maybe in that moment you do. And that's just, that's just facts. But when you're trying to taper off, you really do need willpower. And that's what I'm finding. So I found some willpower, and sorry if you hear that. The neighbor's car is really loud. But what I have found is you have to have willpower in order to taper off. You have to have the knowledge that you can do it. You have the faculties, you have the ability, and you have the support to do it. And, not everyone does have support. I know I do, but, maybe you who are watching this, you don't have that support and you don't feel safe. And that's okay. But reach out to anyone that may be able to support you in the community, family, anyone. And just know that even if you don't have outside support within yourself, you can do it, and you can overcome the dependence of benzodiazepines, because that's what it is. Your body is dependent. It's nothing you've done necessarily wrong, but your body gets used to this drug, and as soon as you don't have it anymore in your system, once it becomes used to it, your body's going to kind of send off all these signals and freak out and make you feel, crazy and sick. But so for me, I was able to I am able to take now a half in the morning and a half at night before bed. And something I want to emphasize is that the less I take, the better I feel. The more clarity I have, the less anxiety I have. And it's like a catch-22. It's crazy, because Lorazepam is meant to take away anxiety and make you feel more calm, which it does. And I am not to that point where, a certain dose or you have to keep building in order to feel an effect. I've never had that, but I have had the dependence and the withdrawal feelings of I need it, if that makes any sense. And I'm kind of talking in circles, so I forget where I'm going, but I'm trying to be systematic, but I'm probably not. See, I already forgot where I was. Anyways, for me, being able to take just a quarter in the morning and a quarter at night has helped me to feel better and have more clarity and also more conviction to completely taper off, because, that just tells me that, yes, Lorazepam in the moments can help me feel less anxious and more calm, but it's also doing me a disservice because it gives me rebound anxiety, which is worse than the original anxiety that I had in the first place before ever taking it. And the reason that that's so intense for people who take Lorazepam specifically is because it has a shorter half-life. So it gets out of your system a lot more rapidly and a lot quicker than, say, a longer-acting benzodiazepine. In fact, it's been suggested to me that if I was unable to taper off of Lorazepam on my own, which, by the way, no one has told me to do that. It's my own personal choice of not wanting to be dependent upon it. But anyways, their suggestion is to maybe switch to a longer-acting benzo in order to taper off of the Lorazepam, which is not something I'm interested in doing, at least at this time. I really, really am trying to find, the strength within myself to stop this medication completely. And so now I'm at the point where I'm deciding whether I'm going to continue to just do a dry taper, which is where you just, cut the pill and continue to take away parts of the pill, or you can do a water taper where you can crush up your medication, and it's all specific and there's instructions and things, but you put it in water and then you take a syringe and take a certain amount out each week, or whatever intervals you choose and how much you choose to take out. And that has proven to be really successful for a lot of people, and they say they have a lot less withdrawal symptoms that way. So anyways, yeah, I am on 0.5 milligram of Lorazepam a day, doing a lot better in general. But yeah, it's still a struggle, and I still, especially with having to go somewhere like the hospital or, you know, in public, which I don't really do other than the hospital because of Corona, and we're still really careful and everything. That voice inside my head, the panic disorder and the anxiety is telling me, you know, you need to take more. Why be miserable? Why suffer when you can just take this little magic pill and have it all go away? But it's like, okay, Whitney, you can do this. Don't listen. And so I actually have a success when it comes to, when I say I'm taking a quarter in the morning and a quarter at night, that's absolutely true, except for on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, Fridays, I go to the hospital every Friday to get IV saline infusion for hydration for my chronic illness. And this is actually a win. It might sound like I'm backpedaling or not doing well, but before the last couple months, I was always taking like a full pill before I went to the hospital because I would just freak out and have a lot of anxiety, and just, you know, my agoraphobia would be like closing in on me. So I've actually been able to take just a half on Fridays, and I don't take any more than that. And that's actually given me a lot more strength and willpower to even lessen that. So this week I'm going to try to take just a quarter and see how that goes. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. To speak to some of the withdrawal symptoms or the dependence, it kind of strikes a little bit out of nowhere. You'll think you're doing okay, and then suddenly your body just kind of freaks out. You get this brain fog, you get agitated, really anxious. Your body will even physically shake. You just have this extreme fight or flight feeling. At least that's how it is for me. And it's like, okay, I need more. And it's not even like this conscious thought that you'll be thinking of before you take it. I'm not like sitting around thinking, when is my next dose and I need Lorazepam. It's just out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, I need it now because my body is freaking out and it's really scary. But I've also learned to try to calm that when it starts to happen and kind of space out the dose even farther, and just let myself know that I'm okay, I'm not dying, and everything's going to be okay. So like, for example, I would take Lorazepam when I first woke up before, like at 8 o'clock. And then, like at 7 p.m. And now I'm able to, when I wake up, kind of push that and be like, it's okay. Whitney, you're okay. You don't need to take it right when you wake up. You're going to be fine. And I'm learning these coping mechanisms. And so I'll push it. Like today, I pushed it to almost 11:30. And then, I took mine last night at 10:30 or something like that. So it was a win, and I'm proud of myself for that. Sorry, my neighbor stopped by. I don't know why he's here, but my mother-in-law is talking to him. Anyways, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. If you have any questions for me about my experience, or you want to share your experience with me, please, please, please leave me a comment down below. Don't be shy. And I'm here to listen. I'm here to answer any questions you have. And just, you know, don't give up. You can do this. Let's do this together. And don't let anyone pressure you about what you need to do. Do what feels right for you as far as your own health and your own mental health, your own functioning level. And just try to take care of yourself the best you can. We're all going through so much and so many challenges. And don't let your own, you know, struggles or things like that really get you too down. Give yourself some grace, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that will complete this video. I hope it wasn't too rambly. It probably was, but you know, when you have a lot to say and it's important to you, sometimes it's hard to organize without reading from a script, which is obviously not something I want to do. So, anywho, I hope you guys are staying well and staying safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Again, don't forget to leave me a comment, and yeah.